Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 23rd Annual Garden State Film Festival Filmmaker Interviews. My name is Mike Cassidy. I will be your host today, and I have the absolute pleasure of speaking with the guys behind Static, Reese Wolfinger, Nate Nichols, Henry, Claire Lynn, Cody Mathis, Cameron Hursley, and Micah Pollock. Awesome. All right. Sorry about that, guys. If you wanted to go just down and say like a little bit about yourself, what you did with the film, yeah, that'd be great.
So I'm Bodie. I was the director of photography for Static. I'm from Houston, Texas. I go to the Audio International School. I've been working on film since I was pretty much 10, and from then, just been loving it.
Oh, hi, I'm Reese.
Great.
I was the director and the editor, and I go to Columbia High School in Maplewood, New Jersey. So, yeah.
You also acted in it, though.
I did, but
yeah. What was your character's name again? Yeah. Awesome. All right, Nate.
Hi, I'm Nate. I was the screenwriter and producer and one of the actors in Static. I go to high school in the middle of the city of Chicago, and I've been pretty much involved in film over the past 4 years, starting with photography and then slowly moving towards like camera work. So yeah.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, my name's Micah Pollock. I also go to a different high school in the middle of Chicago. And my official title was assistant cameraman, but really I just worked to develop the shots that Bodie and Reese thought up in their amazing heads. So, the lighting, setting everything up, that was all me. And I love film, just like everyone else here.
Nice.
So obviously I'm Claire. I was a actor for Static. I played Grace. And I am from Los Angeles, California. I go to La Cañada High School. And yeah, I do acting. And I recently also started really getting into film and theater. And so, yeah.
I'm Cameron. I did sound on Static. I go to Scarsdale High School in Scarsdale, New York. I recently actually started off with film at the place that we all met, which we'll talk about later. But I was taking photography as well, and I really love it.
Hi, I'm Henry. I am an actor. I played Sammy in Static, and I'm from Houston, Texas. I go to Episcopal High School, and I've loved film all my life too. And yeah, I also love acting, which is kind of see those two coming together. So yeah.
Awesome. All right, cool. So I want to ask how you guys all met, but I want to know, can one of you guys give us, Reese, since you're the director, can you just give us a bit of a sum up of what what made you want to direct it, the inspiration?
Yeah, so Static is about these actors kind of in a TV show, and slowly Henry, who plays Sammy, figures out that oh wow, I just got like big old Henry kind of starts to figure out that the reality he's living in isn't quite what it seems, and the world starts to crumble around him. So, yeah.
Okay. I like your MGMT poster.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. My favorite albums right there. So.
Nice. So we know a bit about the film. Let's get into how you guys all got this from different parts of the world. How did you guys meet? What made this possible?
So we all went to a summer program at Northwestern, the Northwestern Cherubs Film Program. It was at Chicago, and for this project, it was our final capstone. And the program has 3 parts: screenwriters, directors, and actors. So basically, how it worked is the program. We all got to like kind of go and pick people that we wanted in our groups, and writers got to pitch their ideas. So Nate pitched Static to everyone, and then we all got to like rank our like top choices and stuff like that. And the program assigned us a script, and kind of we all just met and connected from there. And,
Awesome. So we can go around again, and everybody can say what made them say yes to being a part of this project. If you want to, Bodhi, you can start again.
So it's quite a story. So when Nate, sorry, when Nate first pitched Static, I was also choosing a movie to direct and choose, and like Static was this, really crazy idea. It was like something I'd never heard of before. I would have liked to choose to direct it, but that felt like too big of an undertaking for me. And then as we were, choosing the movies we wanted to direct, and I saw Reese working on his presentation and mood board for Static, like I couldn't help but like be amazed by the work he did. He made like animations, he was drawing out stuff before he even knew that much about the movie and the writing. It was really impressive. He just had this really formed idea, and I was just like, make me your DP. You will not regret it. And like I just stuck with him and Nate, and it was match made in heaven.
Yeah. So I originally we had to like do pitch decks to pitch the ones we wanted, and originally I didn't think I could take on this role of directing this crazy film, and it felt like too many layers, and I've never really directed much before this, so I just thought it would be kind of crazy to jump right into it. So
I think you did.
Thank you so much. I originally to be DP, because that was more what I was comfortable with. But I was just like amazed by the script, and I was very happy when I got it because just like I had like a vision for it, but I was just kind of too scared to actually commit to it. But I'm very happy that the program puts me and asked me to do it. So yeah,
it worked out. Nate.
Well, the idea for the film really came to me like one day when we were thinking about like what our final capstone should be, like what's a big idea that I've always wanted to make. And I'm a really big fan of like old TV shows and like movies like The Truman Show, and even shows like as recently as like Severance or like WandaVision, and like that psychological aspect.
You watch Severance?
Yeah, Severance is like a big inspiration for what we've had.
Are you caught up?
Yeah, it like that like when we were making our pitch decks or like pitching to the whole room of like directors and producers and stuff, I used it as like a direct inspiration, and I just like really love the series, so I thought it was like a nice little tie-in. But yeah, the idea really came to me when I like started putting 2 and 2 together, and then one day when I think I was just like I think after I took a nap, I just woke up and I just imagined like how this would all come together, like with these 4 friends, and then like this slow derealization of their own reality. And that's basically how Static was born. And I really wanted to find someone with my creative vision behind it, because every time I think of an idea, I always imagine it ahead of time in my brain, every single detail, like what everything is going to look like, because like I think I want to get everything exactly down on paper, so then that can like get translated over, especially if I don't have the privilege to direct it. And Reese totally matched my idea tenfold and then deliver on it more than I expected. So like I was really, really happy with that, especially with like how Bodhi did the shots, Claire and Henry with the acting, and then Micah and Cam with the behind the scenes stuff. Like it was all great. So yeah.
Awesome, thanks.
Yeah,
Micah.
so basically the way that someone like me or Cam got attached to the film was they basically just put all of the students on the lawn, and all of the directors went around trying to find who they could find for their crew. And I was having trouble because I couldn't find the right project that I felt like I could have a contribution to. And then Reese came, and I remembered Nate's pitch, and I was like, whatever it is, I know that Reese is a great director. I know that I love that idea, and I want to be there so that I can just learn from them, because that's what I want to do. You know, I want to be learning all the time. So that's why I decided to join into that film.
Right on. Claire.
Yeah, so I first heard about Static during the writer's pitch night. And I remember hearing about it, and I also thought about like WandaVision, and I thought that this project would be so cool to work on because being an actor in this film would require a lot of like heavy character work, and that's something that I really enjoy delving into, like exploring the differences between like what makes this character fit within like the 50 sitcom genre and what makes this character fit in the like noir genre, and then also still finding the like the through line that ties the character into a singular like individual. And I thought that'd be a really fun nuance to explore with this film, and that's why that was one of the first things that drew me in. And then I also remember thinking that I really wanted to work with Reese because I saw his work on Peel earlier on in the the film camp, and I thought that he had a really good idea of like mise en scène and like cinematography, and I thought that he would make a great like if he was working on this film, it would be a great project to be a part of, and it was something that I really wanted. I was really excited to work on when I learned that I got cast to be in the film.
Awesome. I didn't even think of WandaVision. That's another one that it's like, yeah, that's great. Tammy.
Yeah, so similar to Bodhi and Micah, I also was at like the pitch deck, and I was also pitching for a script. I actually also pitched for Static. But the thing is, me and Reese, we co-directed a film called Tackle as one of our like weekend projects at the program, and I had a great time working with Reese, and he's an incredible director. And I was like, I would love to work on Static with Reese. We talked about like sound, I think, before. And then we got to like the thing on the lawn that Micah was talking about. And I was like, you know what, I want to work on sound with Static. And it was just such an incredible film to work on. And the whole cast and crew was just such an incredible group of people to work with.
Awesome. And Henry.
So kind of like everybody else here, I first heard about Static in the pitches. So when we were listening to all these, Static really stood out to me. I mean, not just to me though. I'm sure it stood out to everybody because like kind of the widespread reaction to Static, it was just silence. Everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, that's awesome!" Like it was so ambitious, yet like we had ambitious people who were down with the challenge, people who could handle it. And unfortunately, I had never worked with Reese before that on any kind of project, but I knew that he was capable of just an amazing vision. So I was immediately drawn to the film in that aspect too. So when the actors were given a little bit of a say to figure out what movies they were in, I mean, Static was my first choice. I mean, no matter who was in the crew, really, I wanted to see this movie come to life. And fortunately, I did because this has been such a fun process. And yeah, what really stood out to me about the script, though, is I'm a fan of like character development in any kind of story, and seeing these fours dynamics switch with not only each other but the world around them, and how they slowly, progressively, just kind of lose their minds. I think that would have been amazing to play, and it was fun. It was great. So yes.
Yeah, it looks like you guys were having fun with it.
Mm.
We are unfortunately running out of time. I have one quick question that anyone can answer, and then I have another question that you all can answer. Who came up in the first thing? That was Nate. I am embarrassed. I had to rewind it because I didn't get it at first. I was like 360 degrees. So
yeah, you know what? I was thinking of like what's a cheesy like comedy sitcom thing that like any like 90s 2000s like sitcom would like have in with a laugh track, and that's just like one of the jokes that came to mind. It was just like, oh, that kind of fits in somewhere, so like might as well put it in there, and it kind of sort of worked. It got a big chuckle out when we screened it the first time, so
I think it'll happen again. Yeah. But my final question for everybody, I know you're all scattered everywhere, but are any of you guys planning on joining us at the festival in a few weeks?
I'll be going there with my school, so fun field trip for my school. So yeah.
Wait, I don't think it's that far from me. I might try and I didn't know it was this like here, so maybe.
Josias will be there too, so
Oh,
you guys should
okay.
possibly we'll see.
All right, Bodhi?
I don't think I can make it all the way to New Jersey, unfortunately.
That's okay.
I wish.
I didn't mean to put you.
to see it on the big screen again would be something, but
It would be nice. But
Fortunately.
yeah, I can say the same too.
yeah,
Yeah.
Texas is pretty far from out there. But yeah.
Well, I love talking to you guys for the past couple of minutes. I am really excited for people to see your film. I'm excited to meet a few of you that will be there. And for our viewers at home, that is Static. It's being shown Saturday, March 29th in Block AL3 from 9:30 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. Guys, I had a lot of fun talking to you, and I can't wait for people to see your film.
Thank you so much for having us.
But,
Great talking to you.
Mike.
We'll see you later, all right?
See ya.